Hey y'all, this is In the Pits Paintball Podcast. We have a quick bonus episode here at X Factor Paintball Park, and we have
What's up, guys? This is Tyler Dowiak from Columbus LVL. We're just down here practicing Dynasty and X Factor. Just finished our first day of practice. Great day. Yeah.
hell yeah, man. It's been good to see so many teams getting so many looks out here. So, what teams have you played for over the years?
So I've been playing with this group of guys for a really long time. We initially started in like 2015, and we played under the name the DZ All Stars in divisional. And then we played I think a couple seasons in semi-pro, and then moved to a different field and played at Level Up in Columbus. And that's when we became Columbus Level. But still the same group of guys. We've added a couple, obviously I've had a few pickups since then, but I've been playing with this group since then. So this is, I guess, 7th or 8th year with this group of guys now.
And that's a long time. I mean, I've only been in the scene for 7 years now. I started in 2015 in the NCPA scene. So
sick.
Yeah.
I played in the NCPA as well for Penn State.
Sweet.
2014 and 2015.
Awesome. I was with the Texas Longhorns down here.
Okay, sick.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, Texas NCPA scene has been great. Just like getting so many new players in that otherwise wouldn't have done it.
Yeah. NCPA is awesome. Definitely a great thing if anyone out there, if you ever get a chance to play it, you definitely don't pass it up.
Yeah, for sure. So do you have any like routines or rituals or like superstitions or anything like that when it comes like game day? Do you have anything that you follow?
Do I have any rituals? I don't know if I have rituals. I mean, getting good night's sleep is important. Oh, I don't eat breakfast ever before I play. I just can't. It messes me up.
Even if you have like an afternoon bracket game?
If we're playing the afternoon, I might.
Okay.
Yeah. If we're playing the morning, though, absolutely not eating before I play. Also, this is key. You gotta poop before you play.
Mm-hmm.
Always 2 to 3 shits. Don't even think about stepping on the field unless you can't be carrying around that extra weight.
Oh yeah, and do it at the hotel. Don't even try to wait until you get to the field.
Ideally
at the hotel.
Ideally at the hotel, but you take what you can get.
For sure. So, what scene are you local to, and what are some like highlights of your local scene?
So I live in Pittsburgh, and we have a really cool field in Pittsburgh called Pittsburgh Paintball Park. There's a sick turfed X-ball field there, like brand new turf, brand new field, and there's a pretty good scene there. It's mostly like, we have a mix between. There's like one Division 2 team, then a couple Division 3 teams, and then a lot of Division 4 and Division 5 teams. But there's also like a local series called the Apes series that is based out of there. I know a lot of teams play that, and the scene in Pittsburgh struggled for a long time because we used to have the All-American Paintball Park, which is where like Smart Parts was. They owned that. It was like their factory field, and like paintball was awesome back then, like in the 06 to 09 era. But then whenever that closed down, like paintball was kind of dead in Pittsburgh for a long time, but it's now coming back. Shout out to John DeBaldo of Pittsburgh Paintball Park. He's does a ton for the scene. Yeah, that's about what's like in Pittsburgh.
Cool, man. So we're obviously here at X Factor getting ready for World Cup. Y'all have just finished Saturday of weekend 2. Getting ready for next weekend. What do you think of the layout?
Oh man, this is I think it's a really fun layout. It definitely feels like it's tough to get in the snake. It's not like most fields where you can just get in the snake, and if you can get in there and crawl all the way down, you just win the game. I mean, I guess that's true. You can. If you can get in there and crawl all the way down, you will win the game, but it's just so hard to get in there. I feel like there's a lot of action up the middle on this layout, which is fun to watch for sure. Tons of shots off the break, but you got to pick and you got to guess correctly where they're gonna go. That's one of the biggest parts. So I kind of feel like it's like a rock paper scissors type thing, where if you can guess what the team is gonna do in the breakout, and also vary your own breakouts up enough so that they can't predict what you're gonna do, that's gonna be the key to winning.
Yeah, I think like just from watching y'all play and from myself getting ready for next weekend, it seems like there's a lot of different strategies that you can do. Like there's not just like, oh, if you do this better than the other team, you're gonna win. There's a lot of different like ways that you can attack either up the center, or if you do manage to get in the snake, you can definitely win. A lot of Dorito side, but the key, at least from what I've seen, is shots off the break.
Absolutely, dude. Absolutely. You know, last weekend we practiced ourselves, and one thing we noticed is like early in the day we're trying to run wide and we're just chopping each other up. So we're like, okay, I guess you can't run wide on this field. So we started going up the middle, and then all of our shooters, instead of shooting for the wide guys, started to shoot for the middle guys. Then we started shooting them, and then all of a sudden we're like, wait, let's try running wide again. And now all of a sudden you can make it wide because now no one's shooting wide. So you kind of got to mix it up so that like you got to keep them honest on all these different shots. And I mean, X Factor and Dynasty did a great job of that today, consistently mixing up where they went on the break, and you never knew for sure. Okay, someone's gonna run through this lane or run this way up the center. Like you just have to guess and hope that they run that way. So and that makes it challenging to get kills on the break, but. Yeah, that's like the rock paper scissors thing.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm excited to see all of the different like plans of attack and different like punch, counter punch things that we're gonna see, especially in the pro field next week, and it's gonna be a lot of good games.
It definitely will not be a field where you see the same breakouts, like a mirrored breakout being run point after point, like you do on some. It's just not gonna. It's not possible on this field because you could just shoot. You can just shoot those guys. You know, if you know where they're going to be, you're just going to be able to shoot them. So this is definitely one where you're going to have to consistently like mix up what you're doing.
Absolutely. So is there anybody in paintball, like it could be a player, a program, like pro or divisional, or like paintball brands, teams, field owners, local series, like anybody or anything in the sport of paintball that if other people don't know about them, who do they need to know about?
That's a tough one. I don't know. Honestly, that's a really hard one for me to answer because I don't know what I'm just like too deep into it to know what other people don't know about.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, totally. And there's
So,
also
I
just
don't
like
know.
so many great people in the paintball like industry as a whole
Yeah,
that are doing
yeah.
so many great things. Like it's tough to just like narrow it down to one specific thing.
Yeah. I mean, everyone that I've met, for the most part, has within paintball is like really cool, and you know, I made so many good friends and had so many good experiences since I started, and I've learned so much, not just about paintball but about life. And I'm sure if you ask any other pro player, they'll tell you the same thing. They've probably learned more about life and how to succeed from paintball than anything else.
Yep, for sure. Well, that just tells you like how many great people there are around, and just like how much more also we have to learn from each other. Like this whole podcast is about getting those stories out where paintball isn't necessarily like as far as like the industry as a whole, we're not very good at getting those stories out and learning about each other. We're just like all pretty much in our own little caves.
Yeah, man, dude. Like every team, I feel like has their own story that you know is special in its own way, and like it's just so cool. I mean, like I don't even know. I don't know what people really know about our team, but like we're a group of guys that have all been friends since before we played together, mostly, or since before this team. And when none of us had played. I mean, we obviously have Carl who played pro before, but he just joined the team. But aside from him, like we've all known each other since we were playing like Division 4. Like we didn't have any guys that were like superstars that came in and like, hey guys, this is how you play paintball. Like we just figured it out as we went. You know, we went and traveled and played against teams like Revo and stuff that just, I mean, they would just destroy us. Like we would just go all day and only win like 1 point. And we're like, okay, well, this doesn't work. Let's try this other thing. Okay, that doesn't work. And then just keep losing and learning, and it forces you to grow.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's also really great to see like that even though paintball is kind of tribal in nature, but like everybody kind of really having local pride, just playing players around them and climbing up the ranks together versus just like, oh, I'm going to bring in a hired gun. Not that I'm saying that you did that at all with Markowski.
And there's nothing wrong with that, by the way. Obviously, I don't, nothing wrong with that. I mean, but I do think that's like one of the cool things about our team stories is like we worked our way up just like as friends that we're like, okay, we're just going to keep going and we're just never going to give up. And we're going to get our asses kicked a lot until we eventually get good. But like, I think the key to that is like when you're doing it with your friends and you all like each other, it allows you to survive and put up with the bad times when you're getting wrecked. The bad practices where you go all day and you only win 2 points or whatever. As long as you're doing it with your friends, like it ain't that bad. Yeah, it sucks to lose, but
for sure, man. Well, we'll be rooting for y'all. Good luck next weekend in Orlando, man.
Yeah,
we'll see you around.
Oh yeah.
All right.